Shalom, shalom, Yahshua Allah. I want to start off first things first, giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Raha Kadash. Paleo Hebrew tongues, correct names of the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to you, sister brothers laboring in this truth. And shalom to you, brothers and sisters listening and studying to show yourselves approved. Shalom. When it comes to talk to today, and hey, we got to feel real good. This truth is spreading and it's hitting hard. The truth is hitting so hard that even Esau has to examine his own ways. And now they're feeling something they never felt before. And that is guilt for what their ancestors have done. The only thing I can say about that, with them feeling that, that's how you know judgment is coming. That's how you know judgment is right around the corner. For Esau to feel guilty about what their forefathers did, that used to be something they felt prideful about. So we're going to watch some videos and we're going to examine how they're like coming to the, conclusion that their forefathers are wicked. They're coming to the conclusion of their wickedness. So we at the tail end of this thing. So let's check out these little clips. We're going to watch this first one's going to be Edumb chick. She's going to give her take on, the wickedness of her people. So let's peep that out.
Alright, so I have a message for you white people. And I'm going to talk about 3 different points, but I need you to hear all 3 of them so you get the basis of what my point is to put all these together, okay? So, I'm so worked up. I hope I can get this under 3 minutes. Let's dive in. So, I was watching the debate, right? And it was talking about how the Roe v. Wade and all this crap that's going on is pretty much a white person's battle, which it is. 100% agree. We'll go into that in a whole nother video. Number 1. The second debate is Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter. Well, all lives can't matter if Black lives don't matter. That's number 2, okay? And then we have the debate on whether police brutality is an issue when it comes to black people versus white people. So we're all very aware of what just happened in Buffalo, correct? Very racially motivated. There's no question about it. It was premeditated. White guy kills 10 black people, right? We're also very aware that there are multiple massacre shootings that happen all the time in public areas. Predominantly, if not all, done by white people. Now, what I find fucking hilarious is that white people are so outraged about this abortion BS. But where's that same energy when we're talking about police brutality versus black people and white people? Because if you notice, every time there's a shooting like that, the white person manages to make it to a court date without a scratch on them. But yet, we have hundreds, and you can look it up. In fact, it was over 164 just in the first 8 months of 2020. And that's, that was like a year, 2 years ago. So you can imagine how many it's been since then. Everything really started after 2014 with Michael Brown. But anyways, so all of these people are being killed for things when they didn't even do anything. 12-year-old playing with a gun, a toy gun, which are sold in stores for kids to play with. Ironic, okay? A 15-year-old leaving a house party, killed. Someone that just had a knife on them, but magically when they were transported to the jail, they sustained a spinal injury that caused them to go into coma and they magically died. Somebody having cigarettes, George Floyd, we all know what happened with him. Breonna Taylor, who was sleeping. All these people did absolutely nothing and lost their fucking lives. Yet, on site, white people are being arrested for murdering multiple people and magically don't get gunned down. But you guys don't want to talk about that. And you know why that is? The same white people that you back for, not taking it serious that Black Lives Matter are the same people taking your little white rights away. Isn't that funny? And now all of a sudden you're outraged. Now all of a sudden it's a problem because it affects you. But I don't see that same energy when it comes to what affects black people or Native American people or anything like that. You want to argue that all lives matter, but you don't care about when black lives are affected. So unless you're going to fight just as hard as you are now for everybody else's issues because it's about equality, go cry your white tears to somebody else.
Woo! Very good points. Very good points that Edomite made right there. What she did was she proved that Edomites don't care about nobody but themselves. They only care about their race. And now they're under attack and they're losing their kingdom, their country. They want Jake to fight on their behalf. And the Jake that got sense like, no, man, I'm not about to We ain't had no rights, couldn't get nothing. You done kicked us, hung us, killed us. And really, they like when the police gun down Jake. Because it's the same thing as them hanging or lynching a Jake. It's a public execution. If Jake look at it right, if Yashua in their right mind, when they gun down a Jake, just because he got, like she said, a toy gun, a cell phone, Jake ain't even did nothing. Jake can just have something on him, move too fast, and the police will gun him down. That's the same thing as them hanging him, public lynching. It's the same thing. And Edomites love that, because that's one less Jake they got to deal with, and they love spilling Jake's blood. So what she showed was the wickedness of Esau. And now Esau is in a trick bag. Because like she said in the video, the same people they be backing, Esau ain't good to Esau. So the rich Edomites are now closing up shop on the poor working class Edomites. And now they're looking like, they've even came to me on my job, talking about we need to band together, we all Americans, all that stuff like that. A simple 230 go for that. But not no Jake in his right mind, like, nah, man, that's your fight. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna praise the Lord and do what I'm supposed to do. You go get that fight. You go pick your gun up, go to your town hall, and you do what you need to do. That's your fight. I'm not, this place is nothing for me or my kind, so I'm not gonna fight for it. This isn't my kingdom, it's your kingdom. So she just showed, hey, and which we all seen it. I'm just looking like it's an Edomite woman that sees. So for her to see that, what she trying to do, which she ain't fooling nobody. She know Esau about to take an L, so she trying to, play that sympathy card. She trying to go get her a Jake. I guarantee that Edomite chick gonna run to a Jake for protection. Because she knows Jake is on the rise. Yashua is on the rise. Esau is about to go down. They're about to pay for all the treachery, the wickedness, the affliction, everything they did to our forefathers is about to come right on their head. And they know it. Now they looking at their history and how they are in their ways, and they're disgusted by it. And that shows this truth has accomplished what it was supposed to do. Because they never used to feel like that. Teaching that slavery, their people put us in slavery when I was coming up in school, was it a thing or a problem? Now that's a problem. They call it critical race theory. They want to make it a lie that they ever had our ancestors in slavery, because that's shameful spewing on their glory. And that shows the curses. That's a big thing on the curse that shows we are the people of the book. And they know that. So they're trying to rewrite that history, the historical fact, and try to act like nothing happened. They're trying to, take down statues. They're trying to cover up all their wickedness. That's how you know they're the criminals. Because they're trying to cover up all the evidence. And I'm like, it's too late for that. The truth done went out. Hey, now it's time for judgment. So let's go to the scriptures. No further ado, Yashua Allah. Because they are in trouble. And they know it. Because this brings this precept to my mind. Where we at Habakkuk 2 and 16. Check this out, Yashua. This reads, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. Woo! Hey, that precept right there about that sums the whole lesson I'm going to talk about right now. In that one precept right there. They talked about Yahweh Shah, because that's the Lord's right hand. He coming to get them for their payback. And it said that you are filled with shame for glory. Talking about the slave trade is shameful to an Edomite. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about how their forefathers lynched our forefathers. How they made them pick cotton in the work field, ravished our women, beat the men to the skin came off your back, chopped their foot off. They try to run from the oppression of the plantation. They don't want to talk about that. They don't even want to talk about their racism from the civil rights movement. How our people had to ride the back of the bus. How like they had to drink from a different water fountain. Just treated like straight dogs in this country. They don't like to talk about that. They say forget about that. You bringing up the past. You talk about old stuff. But yet they're still like that. They just hide it. They just got better and more cunning and more subtle with their racism. It's still there though. They still do redlining. Like you take a Jake, they got a 700 credit score. He's still gonna struggle to get a good car and a house. Meanwhile, you get an Edomite that got a 400 or 500 credit score, and they'll work with that Edomite to make sure he has the best of the best so he can be over Jake. Because Esau has an inferiority complex, and he needs the system to feel like he's better than Jake. Because we're naturally better than them, and they're jealous of us. So they need this system. They need the better car, the better job, the better houses, better neighborhoods, better schools. They need better everything and give us, a little bit so they can feel good about themselves. Because if you put us on a level playing field, we naturally supersede them. We go over the top of them because we're just naturally more skilled because we're the people of the Most High. We're Yahshua Allah, Prince of the Power. And they know that. They know who we are. These Edomites know who we are. They've covered up our identity for what, the past 400 years? Because they know who they took when they went to Africa. When they took them out of Africa, they knew who they was getting. They knew who they was coming to see when they came to North America. They knew the northern tribe, Yahshua, was over here. That's why they came over here, to build off what they had, to take from them. Because Jake is the nation builders. We were made for this planet Earth. That's why we can go anywhere and thrive, because it was made for us. And Esau knows that. So Esau goes where we're at. He waits for us to build something up, and then he takes it. That's why they kill, steal, and destroy everywhere they go. And they know that. Because they can't make it without. I know that even like when Esau stayed close to Jake, even in the ancient Bible days. They can't make it without Jake. They're like vampires. They have to suck Jake's resources to even survive. If Jake was to cut Esau off, Esau wouldn't even make it. The Moors, which were the Israelites who converted to Islam, they're the ones who taught Esau everything he know. That's who gave him technology. That's who gave him knowledge. They was living in caves like the caveman. Caveman is Esau, Oonga Booga. They wouldn't have made it. They got taught by our people. And everything they stole from us. Which I'm about to play another video, and an Edomite man gonna tell you that. From a book he read. But let's break these precepts down some more to that 16 I just read before we get to that. Because like I said, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The foreskin go to what? To the penis. When you pull the foreskin back, it shows the penis head. So what the Most High saying in that scriptures, you pull back Esau's clothing, pull him back, you gonna see all his wickedness, all his nakedness. And it's so visible, even their own are calling it out. So I look at a Jake, Yahshua, like if you can't see that, you for sure fool. And I can't be around you. Because if you can't see that, and Esau and these heathens can see that, something is really wrong with this Jake. He's really been rocked, and his mind has been rotted by being in Babylon too long. He has that slave mentality. Because that Willie Lynch programming did a lot of psychological damage to Jake. And a lot of our people's minds are so damaged, they can't break out of that. You know why? Because they don't have the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh shines them. So the ones of us that do, that have that faith, have that Rahah Kadash, hey, we can't take that light, man. We got to thank and give our praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai every day for that. Because we could be just as dumb and blind as them. Because they're going to be so dumb and blind, they're going to go right to their death. Because they're going to run right to Esau, when all hell break loose. They're going to do that. Because they don't know no better. And then they're so messed up, you can't even rehabilitate them. I can't teach a 2/3 or a nigga like you, a Hebrew Israelite, and get back to your culture. He gonna fight me. He loves this wicked place. He's come a product of his environment. I notice when you got that spirit on you, the spirit of the Lord in you, you've been born with faith. You don't become a product of your environment. That might be on you a little bit, but you're gonna shake it. Soon as you hear that truth, soon as that truth hits you, your mind is gonna instantly be renewed. A 2/3 ain't gonna do that. That's why they got to just get death and come back through the hopeful elect and get that hard reset. Because they can't renew their mind in the kingdom now. Because they've been in this system. They're filthy. They're going to stay like that. So we got to feel blessed that we have this truth. And we can see. We can see Esau's wickedness. We can call Esau's wickedness out. 2/3 can't do that. They don't have the nuts. They don't have the testicular fortitude to do that. And it says shameful spewing shall be on your glory. The Edomite woman, she was calling them out. Shameful spewing on your glory. Because that's Esau's glory, was putting our people into hard bondage slavery, cattle slavery, and dominating us for thousands of years. That's Esau's glory. They talk about that, tell they children about that. Oh yeah, I hung him about 1,000, son. I used to whip his back if he didn't do this. I whip it back, or I grab, the one with the biggest butt, and I ravished her whenever I felt like it. That's my property. They used to be, something to brag about for Esau. Now, that's looked at now they look like, man, dang, Grandpa used the devil. Like I did a lesson a long time ago, and this is why they don't want slavery taught schools no more. 10-year-old went to her mother and said, Mother, are we the devil? Her mother got mad with the school board talking about don't be teaching, that in school. And I'm like, wow, for that 10-year-old to know that we're in the time of judgment. When I was in school, we was taught that. I seen the Edomite children get happy about that. My people had your people in slavery. Now they like, man, we the devil, because you are. So it's hitting them. This truth is dominating now. Truth is starting to be mainstream. Now the lies are coming undone. Esau dominated with the deceit and the lies he put out. Now that's being reeled back. And now the truth is going out. And now Esau feels some type of way. Now they're ashamed for spewing on your glory. Now we look at your glory like, man, you a devil. That ain't nothing to be proud of. You wicked for that. And guess what? You gonna pay for that. We telling them that. And they know it. So now they trying to backtrack. That didn't happen. We sorry. Here's some little reparation for the little 2 people that's surviving. They trying to do every little thing to powder up Jake. Which for the 2/3, that's gonna work. But for us, we like, nah, man. We want the kingdom. We want the whole thing. No, you gotta pay. I want the recompense that Yahweh Shah said I'm gonna get. I don't want nothing you got. I don't want no Federal Reserve note with your face on it. Nah, man. I want you. Come put this yoke around your neck and come pick these greens. That's what I want. I'm in a royalty mindset. And I know that's the big difference between a 2/3 and a hopeful elect. The 2/3 is happy getting crumbs. Hopeful elect, we want the kingdom. We want to rule. This book's about rulership, power. We want that. That's why I said the kingdom, the power, and the glory. We want that. Big difference. So we're gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna pull up another video, and we're gonna peep out another Edomite that's gonna, say some stuff about what they done did. This is a man right here. He done read a book.
I'm going to jump in this tomorrow, and I'm telling you, folks, right there, how white folks got so rich. The untold story of American white supremacy. I mean, I just read about the Indian land grab, and I'm like, my gosh, man, good Lord. No wonder we don't want to teach the truth. No wonder we don't want to teach the truth. Because that means we've got to look people in the face and say, our forefathers were the worst people in the history of mankind. The things that they did, that manifest destiny, that kind of mentality has been atrocious. What we have done to the African Americans. The estimated number of wealth that came from slavery, from free labor, and that's what it was. And they estimate that the amount of money that came from slavery was around $24 trillion. You can't even grasp that much money. The average person has a hard time grasping what $1 billion is. $1 trillion. Holy shit. And a lot of people don't want to admit the truth, because a lot of people also are scared that what happens if we actually do have to maybe pay reparations. Understand that everything, that beautiful Capitol in Washington, D.C. was built by slave labor. The majority of the churches in this country were built by slave labor. Our forefathers were lazy. And if they were smart, which they were, but the problem was they were cunning and sad.
Ooh, did you hear that? He said they were cunning. Esau was a cunning hunter. That's what Esau did. He's a cunning. They weren't smart. They were wicked. And did you hear what he said? It's funny. He said they made 24 trillion off the backs of our forefathers. And I think that's how much this country's in debt, or more. It might be more than 24 trillion, but I know it's in the trillions. So that's so funny. Yahweh is making them cough up everything they made off us. Now they're coughing it up. The whole economy is tied up with 24 plus trillion dollars now. So you coughing all that what you made up. And he said our forefathers were the worst people in the history of mankind. What he said was biblical. He called it out. Of course, your forefathers are the devil in the flesh. Straight up. Esau, Edom. You can read all about them in our Holy Bible. In the Holy Scriptures. You can read all about them. And it's to the T. It calls Esau out to the T. Pinned the tail on that donkey. There it go. It said everything they was going to do. And they was going to rule for a little season. And after that, Yahweh going to come get his glory by getting rid of them. Knocking them off that power stool. And they're feeling it. You hear that Edomite? He read the book. He was like, all the things we did to the African Americans, the Native Americans. He called out the tribes right there. Northern and Southern tribes right there. That's biblical, what he said. That's why you got to connect the dots, Yahshua. This thing is biblical. Everything going on is biblical. And you can see it plain as day as you run through the scriptures. And that's why we do the works, to make it plain unto the sheep. Because everything going on. Right now, we in the season of reaping. Esau about to reap what his forefathers done did. And they feel it. And now they're trying to pull that, oh, I'm sorry, let's do this. Because they're not going to pay reparations. They can't pay reparations. They $24 trillion in the hole. They don't have the money to pay it back. Plus, I don't want reparations like that anyway. I want the biblical reparations, which is way, way better. So we will get our recompense. We will get our reparations. Much better. See, a simple Jake want a Federal Reserve notes. So all I heard the old timers say that don't know nothing. Like you got people, men that's 56 years old, still don't know they Hebrew Israelites. This dumb as I don't know what. So let's go to Job. Matter of fact, no, let's go to Sirach, because he said something in that video. Let's stay on point. Because he talked basically about the money, how they got rich off the back of Yasharallah, off our forefathers. And now they about to cough it all up. So check it out. This is Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So that's why Esau's losing his white privilege. That's why Esau's economy is in the trash can. Because he got it by deceit, by injuries, putting our forefathers in hard bondage slavery, beating their backs, getting that free labor. Because Edomites are lazy. Like he said, I don't work with Edomites and I see how lazy they are. They the sorriest people on the face of the planet. The most sorriest, laziest, weakest people I know are Edomites. They don't like to work. And when you tell them, when the managers try to make them work, they quit. They walk out. That happens all the time on my plantation. They don't like to work. They like to come to work and talk and complain and talk about politics and really try to get back to their glory days. They want that. That's why they love Trump so much, man. They thought they was going to get back to make America great again. They want to go back to back in the day. They're angry. They're about to lose their white privileges, and they know it. Therefore, they don't want to work. They never work. They used to have somebody else work for them. They're lazy. Sorry. He said that. So, because of the unrighteous dealings, because how they dealt with us was not how you're supposed to deal with a slave. Because it's a certain way you deal with a servant. You know, go in our holy scriptures, and you can see that. At the 7 years, you're supposed to let a slave go. And you're supposed to give him what he needs to go and start what he's supposed to do. They didn't do that. They didn't put in nothing. They didn't do nothing the word said. They did the opposite of everything in the Bible. The total opposite. So they did unrighteous dealings, injuries, all kind of injuries. You know, women got raped and ravaged. Children, families split up. That's in Deuteronomy. Families get split up, taking kids, splitting families up, beating the men, having men breed with the women like some pit bulls, hanging if they don't pick their quota. You know, ain't no fire, you get hung or beat. You know, if you run away, you get caught, you get beat. You fight massa back, you get beat or hung. Or, you know, they had the buck breaking. That type of stuff, that caused injuries. And then the Willie Lynch letters, the psychological mind breaking, that was the worst thing right there. Because that messed Yashral's mind up. And that's why 2/3 Jake is messed up like they is now. Because they Willie Lynch mind programming. So that's injuries right there. And riches got by deceit. They lied about everything, man. They stole everything, man. Esau ain't smart. Esau ain't no good business, man. Esau don't do nothing diplomatic. Esau used his sword, which it turned into a gun, and he just killed for everything. Your original gangster is the Edomite. They started gangs. They shoot, bang, bang, Al Capone. It started with moonshine and liquor, beer runs. They the original gangs. They wouldn't put it as Jake, but Esau's the original gangster. He just got his money and put on the suit and started to know the high level stuff. Your politicians now, they're the biggest criminals on the face of the planet. Medical field, all that. So that right there is them, they're getting everything by deceit. Then trying to sit back and they pushing on Jake to do the little work. Like say, Jake's still in a slave trade. They trapping. That's you selling Esau drugs. You working for Esau when you sell drugs. To get you a little change. But Esau making the big money because you getting the drugs from Esau. Just like the 80s crack up there. All that come from Esau. Esau is the biggest drug dealer on the face of the planet. And the kingdom is now about to be translated from them to us. Through who? Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai about to knock these devils off. And when they get knocked off that power throne, they falling now. Yahweh busting them up now, like he did ancient Egypt. He busting their kingdom up now. You got the famine coming, the economy messed up, stuff is burning up, natural disasters is happening, everything is all messed up, and it's all by design to put them in disarray. Because when Yahweh Shai comes, he gonna establish the whole elect, and we're gonna rule next. We're gonna go from Esau's kingdom to Jacob's kingdom, according to 2nd Esdras 6 and 9. Read that one. So we're going to keep it moving. Let's go to Job. Job 18 and 7. Check this out, Yashua. This is Job 18 and 7. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. You hear that? The steps of his strength should be straightened. What does that mean right there when the steps of his strength be straightened? Now, what you do when you in a crazy home, they put you in what? A straight jacket where you can't move. Esau is in that predicament right now. He's in a trick bag. Any move he make now is going to go against him. He can't do anything now. Now his judgment is set. Yahshua is about to come and get that glory. There's nothing he can do to offset that because he's already put everything into play. And it said, in his own counsel to cast them down. That's why God is Edomite whistleblowers. We just seen 2 Edomites casting down their own counsel, their own people. People they're gonna have people snitching. Like I said, they got to say in the hood snitching. They're gonna be telling it. Like they still got that Epstein woman. She somewhere locked up. She probably telling it because all them was involved. I ain't gonna tell how that fallout gonna be. They're gonna be casting each other down. They're gonna be start finger pointing because now it's going bad. And they're doing it right now in the Congress. The politicians, they finger pointing and calling out, well, you did this, you did that. And you got, illegal emails and you running the sex traffic trade. It's about to be a total chaos as this thing falls down. This man falls out of power. Esau falling right now. He flailing. So they about to be telling, because now they're going to look to save their own selves. So you know how Jake be snitching on each other in the dope game? Esau about to do that now in their kingdom. They about to start telling them. We got whistleblowers. Like, what's that? Dabu 77. That's a good whistleblower. William Cooper. He wrote the book Behold a Pale Horse. He told it all on it right there. That's why I had to murk him. Because he told it. If you can get that book. And I see now, October, they're changing the way that book was written. So if you ain't got an original copy, you can't get what he put out a long time ago. So, and then you got nurses and doctors talking about, that situation. Don't do that. And they telling it. How they be upscaling. I forgot the word. Eve told me what that word is they use when they upcharge you on your medical bills and your expenses and stuff. They telling on that. And check it out. Here go 8. Here go the kicker. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walked upon a snare. That's that trick bag. Esau set himself up by being a fool. What he did to our forefathers in slavery days, back then, all his unrighteousness, all that coming back on him. He set his own trap. He set his own destruction up. Yahweh Shah is going to be said. There's going to be consequences for going against his law, such commandments. Jake paid for it, and now it's time for Esau to pay for it. Esau got to pay for being the wicked. We're in that season of judgment, and there's nothing they can do to offset that. As I say, no rehabilitating. So now they're trying to play nice, and that's only going to work with the 2/3, but that ain't going to work on Yahweh Shah or the hopeful elect. They're going to have to just swallow that big swallow and just take what they about to get. Straight up. So we're going to keep it moving. Keep it moving. We're going to go to Psalms 9 and 16. And it says, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higion Salah. So right there, hey, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. So he's about to execute a judgment upon Esau, Edom's kingdom, Babylon the Great, and everything Esau built. It's coming. They can feel it. That's why they're like trying to get sympathy now. Now they're trying to like panhandle to Jake. Oh, we sorry. We didn't mean to do that. Oh, y'all wicked. I'm going over here with y'all Sharala. So they trying to be the first slaves right there. They're trying to do. They trying to be like, you got your outside niggas and your house niggas. The meanwhile, we seen they trying to be house niggas. They trying to, get a little special treatment and not, be so bad where they try, I better get over here now. Because these people that we done put in subjection and beat them up and kick them when they down, they're about to be our next rulers. So they trying to get their position good. That's what they trying to do. And look, here goes 17. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forgot Yahweh. Woo, that's big right there. Hey, so Esau, this current kingdom that we're in is his heaven. Esau get the best of the best, the fatness of the land. That's why Esau look like I'm supposed to get white privileges. This is his kingdom. That's about to be taken away. Esau about to go to hell. Because our kingdom, we're going to get the kingdom of heaven. And that's going to be his hell. Because he's not going to be ruling no more. Everything's going to reverse. We going to be in rulership. And he going to be all, treated like a pit bull. Treated like an animal. Like a dog. Because they is dogs. Treated like a dog. That's about to happen to him. He's the son of perdition. He never going to get out of that. See, we getting up out of our little prison sentence. Esau about to go into his. And his is going to be so hard. Because we got to do double. That they're going to go extinct. There to be none remaining of the house of Esau. Look that up in the book of Obadiah. And it said, and all the nations that forgot Yahweh. Because who made Yahshua go off and not follow Yahweh no more? That started with Esau. All you got to do is go to the book of Maccabees. When they had that Greek king. What's his name? Antagonist. Epiphanes. You can look up in the Maccabees first chapter. He was like telling y'all, like, we doing this. Then the Romans picked it up. And they did it too. And then the Babylonians did it again, when they put our people in slavery. They make us go away from Yahweh Shah. They don't want to see Yahshua keeping the righteousness. They don't want to see Yahshua keeping the laws. They don't want to see that. So they made us go off by teaching plantation Christianity, worship sweet baby Jesus. Oh, the laws are done away with. You can, just say, Lord, forgive me, do what you want to do. Which that's a state of confusion when you say the laws are done away with. Because going against the law is sin. So really, plantation Christianity gives you the reins to sin. Because they don't tell you what sin is. So they don't give you no knowledge of who you are. And you just be in this Babylonian mind state, being like Esau. So he got you far away from Yahweh Shah. Therefore, he can always rule like that. Now we're coming back. The truth is dominating. Jake, like I said, we was on the highway and hedges last week. Eve and her dude walked by. She like, y'all Hebrew? Like, yeah, we Hebrews. Like, I know I'm a Hebrew Israelite too. I'm like, psh, there it go. And I think she just one of the ones that just, heard it. She ain't taking it seriously, but she knows. That's the thing right there. This gospel is dominating right now. It's going out. Jake is now knowing. Like, friend, I'm starting to see that a lot on the highway and hedges. Everybody know who we are now. Another Jake, we had closed up shop, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago. He knew who he was. He said, he's like, man, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all keep waking them up. We're like, we gonna keep it going, bro. We're gonna keep it pushing. So Jake knows this truth is going out. And this truth is going out. So if Jake know, Esau know. Well, Esau been knowing. Esau just didn't want us to know. Now that Esau seeing us coming back into our glory, come back into our heritage, knowing that we Hebrew Israelites, keeping law and best of our abilities, he's going to lose. Because he only ruled because we went away from Yahweh Shah. He made us forget Yahweh. Now Yahweh is stirring us up in the remembrance, and we're coming back unto him and making that our covering. Therefore, the devil can't do nothing with us no more. And they know, with that being said, your end is coming. So now you got Edomites jocking a position, trying to fight to be, house niggas. Trying to, get a position good in the kingdom. Like, I fought for y'all. I said this. Now I'm with Yasharala. Y'all wicked, white people. Y'all wicked, this and that. That's all they trying to do, get a good position in the kingdom. Who can blame them? Because they see that fall. They say everybody sees Esau is done. Even Esau knows. That's why I say when I'm at the plantation or just out, I stay circumspect. Because you're going to see more mass shooters as Esau just wigs out because he knows his time is short and he's about to take that L. The elites know it too. That's why they're trying to, put that device in everybody. That way he can try to offset it, but he's not going to offset it. It's already been written, you're going to lose. So Esau, the one Edomites lower class, like, I'm going to give me a good position. I'm going to go and pander to Yasharala and tell them I'm sorry and my people wicked. They're going to shame for spirit. They're going to get the telling. Cast their own counsel down like that. They wicked. Our people the most wickedest forefathers on the face of the planet. Like that one Edomite said. That's the truth. He said, no wonder we don't want to teach the truth. No wonder. See, and that shows they taught lies. They didn't teach truth. Now truth is being taught. Truth is going forth. And it's dominating. And we're coming back to our heritage. And that shows me, when I see that, the whole dynamic is changing. That's how I know Yahushua's on the way. Because Edomites 40 and 50 years ago wouldn't have did that. They didn't do that, man. They stayed like, they was in their glory seat. Now they're losing it. And they just telling each other, like, you can just tell the Titanic is sinking. The boat is sinking. And I look at 2/3 like, you gonna stay on a sinking boat? How crazy can you be? When we got a boat, a chariot coming, the chariot is coming to beam us up. You should be going that way, not wanting to stay on the Titanic. It's sinking. But Esau playing that music, they gonna stay on that sinking boat and they gonna sink. And we can't, blood ain't on my hands. I told you the truth. I tried to help you. I told everybody, my family, everybody I love about this truth. So I did the work. So your blood ain't on my hands. You had a decision. You could have got over her with the winning team. You want to stay with the losing team. Because Esau is losing. And Esau can even see he losing. So with that being said, I hope this has been edifying. Should put you in very good spirits. I'm in very good spirit. Because Esau losing. It looks good to see Esau tell on Esau. Esau, you just look out here like everything is crumbling. This whole system's collapsing. Collapsing. That's our power right there, Yasharala. That's your how about Shah letting us know, like, watch this. Watch me fight for you. Watch me bring these devils down. See, the 2/3 thought that Esau's power was so firm he couldn't be brought down. Just like that question asked in the Bible, who can war with the beast? Man, the question there is Yahweh Shah. He putting them gloves on and smacking this devil. Smacking them unconscious, smacking them, and they are bleeding out. This country is bleeding out. They are losing. They are about to lose, and they know it. So us over here in the house of David, we over here cheering. It's like, how about you doing windmills on them? Dunking on them, knocking it out the park. You know what I'm saying? Doing deep bomb touchdowns on them, running them over, trucking them. We over here cheering like, that's our power right there. We told you. And we going to feel real. We're going to be solidified. Lord willing, we get on that chariot. We're going to look down and see all the fools, the 2/3, and see the reward of the wicked. To see Babylon getting blew up by thermonuclear missiles. That's going to be so exciting to come back down here and rebuild a righteous kingdom. That's the good news, Yasharala. That right there is our hope, and that's our faith. And we got to keep that, as everything, deteriorates and collapses around us. Because what we got is solid. Yahweh Shah is that solid rock. You build on him, it's not going to fail. You can't lose with Yahweh Shah. So keep that faith, keep that oil, keep it lit up. Stay on fire, Yasharala. So, Kwam Yasharala, DTA Baba Ball, and Shalom.